Hi everyone, it's Crystal. I'm back with another video. This time I'm going to talk about how to create the bubble effect using UV resin and dish soap. So this is the bubble effect here. You can see that. I posted some photos this morning on one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, and people were asking. So I figured I would share how I use this technique. I did learn it from somebody else on YouTube. I don't remember who, but I started using this technique last night and I'm seriously obsessed with it. So I think you guys are going to be too once you get into it. So for today's video, I'm going to be using some pendant trays that I got on Amazon, some normal viscosity resin from Let's Resin, some high viscosity resin from J Diction, and also some mica powders that I got from Amazon. The brand is Change Tyke G. I got them in a package of, well, I don't even know, maybe 24 or 30 something. I forget. I can put a link in the description. So what we're going to do to start is we're going to start with our Let's Resin UV resin, and we're going to just put a drop, enough to fill the bottom of your bezels. And we're going to use our dotting tool to spread this out and make sure that we have resin all the way to the edges. And then once we have this done, we actually have some dish soap and water, which is right here. And what we're going to do, I have this spatula, this plastic spatula. I don't even know where I got it from, but you want this water to be as bubbly as you possibly can have it. And for this, we're going to have to work somewhat fast because these bubbles will dissipate the longer you let them sit on your bezels with the resin. So you're not going to cure your bezels. You're just going to put this dish soap on your bezels like that. Super easy to do. And it's okay if it goes over the edges. You can see that on this bronze one, it's already starting to dissipate a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cure this for 90 seconds. So we'll do that right now. Okay, we're done curing for that 90 seconds, and I'm going to show you what these look like. So these are hard to the touch. You can see the bubbles have kind of melted into the resin, and it creates this gritty look to it, but it's very textured, and it's really actually fun to watch when they're curing. I always peek to the side and see what they're doing. So you can see this silver one here. Very cool. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put mica powders on these. So I actually have 3 different sets of mica powders that I want to use. So we'll do this bronze one first. And I'll move these out of the way a little bit. My table's a little wet with some dish soap, but that's okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this magic red. And I have a very small brush that I use. And I usually just go in like that and tap the excess off. And then I'll just put some of this mica powder onto my bezel. And I just kind of push it in so I can get some in where all of those bubbles are. And it really makes them stand out a bit. And then I will go in with this royal gold satin. And I don't even wipe my brush off. I'm like the messiest crafter ever. But I'll just go in there with this. And then after that, I'm going to go in with this light green. get a little bit more on there. Like that. And then I'll kind of just blend them a little bit. And you can see how that looks. For this gold one, I'm going to use this bright green. This one I'll have to be a little bit more precise with because it's a lot smaller. Then I'm going to use this peak yellow. And I'll just kind of overlap that green a bit. Don't mind my dog barking. He doesn't know when it's time to film videos. He didn't get the memo. And then I have this primrose yellow, which is actually more like a melon orange color. And we'll do that there. And some of these mica powders are a little bit more pigmented than others. And some of them are a little bit more shiny than others, but I do like how they look. And then for this little tiny silver one, I'm going to use this bright blue. We'll go right here. Really just push it into the bubbles there. This silk blue. I don't know if you can see that. Focus. Silk blue. We'll just kind of go over that bright blue a little bit. And then we're going to use this red pearl, which is actually kind of white, but they call it red pearl. It's got like a little tiny bit of a pink pearlescent tint to it. It reminds me of an opal. And we'll go in right here. And we'll just kind of go over the whole thing with that actually. It looks really pretty. And I think I want to go over this one a little bit with what's left on my brush and kind of push in that a little bit. This one got a little bit wonky. You can see some like crustiness here, but that's okay. I think it's still going to look really cool. So the next step is to put some high viscosity resin on. For this layer, you could use regular viscosity resin, but I'm going to just start the doming process now. So we'll put some high viscosity resin on. And what this will do, it's going to fill in all of these little crevices and give you a nice smooth top surface. So we'll start with our bronze one here. And I'm just going to go all the way out to the edge with my dotting tool. And it does feel very weird when you're trying to dome something that is full of all of these nooks and crannies. On this one here, you can see that we did have some mica powder that was like not really pushed in there, but that's okay. I think it's going to give a really cool effect. And then we'll do this gold one. And then we'll do the silver one. And this one's pretty much spread itself out, which is really cool. I love working with resin because it's very forgiving. Although I did have a few mistakes last night, and I'll probably have to post another video on how to fix some major mistakes when you've had one too many drinks and you start crafting. But now we're going to go in with the torch. And we're just going to get rid of some of these bubbles. You can see here that we do have some of the soap bubbles are still poking up, but that will go away once we finish doming these. So I'm going to cure this for about 90 seconds and we will be right back. Hey everyone, so we have finished the 90-second curing. You can see here how these are starting to look. We are going to dome this a little bit more because you can see right there is a little bit of that bubble that's still popped up. But these are starting to look really, really nice. So what we'll do is we'll go back in with the high viscosity resin and we'll do one more layer. And we're just going to do one at a time because I do get a little bit nervous the higher up I dome. The high viscosity resin, though, is very forgiving as far as time. You get a little bit more time than you would with a normal viscosity resin or a lower viscosity resin. It moves a lot more slow. A lot slower, I should say. Don't mind me, I've worked a full day. My grammar skills aren't very good right now. So we have that one. This one we're just going to do a very thin layer because that one's actually domed up pretty nicely. It's a nice thick dome. You want to try to get all the way around, and it does get a little harder to get towards those edges the higher your dome gets. Now, I am notorious for doming super, super high on my pieces. I think I have one that I've domed to almost a ½ an inch, which is crazy. It looks cool, but you can definitely see the blemishes. And then our last one. Okay. Now we're going to torch these really quick just to get rid of any extra bubbles, even though these are already full of bubbles anyways. And we're going to cure for another 90 seconds, and I will be right back. Okay, so these have cured for the additional 90 seconds, and let's take a look and see. So you can see this one. I absolutely love how this one turned out. The colors in it are gorgeous. It's very iridescent with that mica powder, how they all blend into each other. Lots of imperfections, but I think that's what makes these unique. We do have some mica powder here that we could actually take off with probably some rubbing alcohol or a baby wipe or something like that. It's not cured onto the piece. There was no resin on the bevel. So here is the gold piece. And this one could probably cure a little bit longer. It's really cool because over here it actually looks almost like sand. It's got a very beachy look to it. And then the silver one, if I could get this up, it reminds me of a starry night. It's really pretty. I really am obsessed with this technique. Very opalescent looking. All of the bubbles are really, really cool. And the way they grab that mica powder it just adds a lot more dimension to the pieces. So I did check on the mica powder that I have. I will put links to everything that I've used today in the description, but the mica powder actually has 63 jars of it, and it also came with some of these gold foil flakes, so that's pretty cool too. So I'll put links to everything in the description. Pretty much everything I get is from Amazon. I am an Amazon addict. My husband hates how much I order from Amazon, so it's not becoming a problem yet, but eventually it might be. So I hope you really like the video. Please like, subscribe, comment anything that you want to learn how to do. I'm actually learning with you guys, so if I see something cool on YouTube or on the interweb, because that's what us old people say, I try it, and if it works, I become obsessed with it for a couple of weeks because that's what my ADHD does to me. But I love, love, love sharing how I do these pieces with everyone, and it really makes me happy seeing other people trying these techniques as well, because I feel like I'm helping people, and I absolutely love that. So please let me know if you want to see something different. I do have a couple of other ideas, working with nail foils, working with some holographic nail paper. So there are a few things in the queue for me, but definitely let me know what you think. Okay? I appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day and have fun making these. Bye.